Hello friends, this is Ramamurthy from Learn with Projects. Okay, today I'm going to deal with some basic mathematics named indices. Before going into the topic, let's see some basic mathematics. Like we have some basic mathematical operations like additions, right? Subtraction. So this is basic mathematical operations where addition means something we have to add with something, or subtraction means we have to remove some part from another part. So the process of adding any elements is called addition, right? Again, the process of subtracting is called subtraction. So we have another two mathematical operations like multiply and divide. So we know that multiplication is something like a repeated addition. So if I take adding 2 upon several times, so let me take here 2 is added upon 4 times. So we are getting here 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 2 6, 6 plus 2 8, right? Or I can write 2 is added for 4 times. So this is called multiplication, right? So the process of multiplying is multiplication. So what is dividing? So dividing is nothing but repeated subtraction, right? So how? 4 minus 2, we're getting 2. Again 2 minus 2, getting 0. So we cannot remove 2 from 0, right? So how many times I can subtract 2 in the 4 is 2. So that is our final result. So the process of dividing is called division. Division. So these are our basic mathematical operations. We have another one that is called exponentiation. So this arises with small concept like, so we have seen repeated addition is called multiplication. Okay, so I am multiplying the same number repeatedly. So I can make this one as 3 to the power of 3 here, until 3 times I am multiplying 3. So I am multiplying 3 times. So I am specifying the 3 with a superscript. I mean, that was writing above the number I am indicating. So otherwise I am multiplying 2 with 2 for 3 times. So I am denoting as 2 to the power of 3. So the process of making the exponents is called exponentiation. So we can call this as indices or index, plural we call as indices, index or power, or some technical term like exponent. Okay, so this is called exponentiation. So what if I am taking in an algebraic equations like a power m? So what it means, I have to multiply a repeatedly for m times. So this is called index notations. So this is the basic thing. What if I have two numbers like a power m into a power n? What gives rise to the, what gives rise for us the result means? So let's expand this. A to the power of m, right? So I am multiplying a for m times. So again I have same base like a power m. I have same base a, but my power is different. So at the end I am multiplying again with a for n times. So see, now check how many a's now see how many a's we are getting here. A up to m times, and again it's extending to n times. That means we have m a's and n a's. So a to the power of m plus n. So let's take in a practical way. So I am taking 2 power 2 into 2 power 3. So what it generally makes sense means 2 to the power of 2 means that means 2 into 2, right? Again I have 2 power 3, 2 into 2 into 2. So now let's check how many 2's are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I have 2 to the power of 5. When we notice here, the result changes, like from 2 to the power of 2 into 2 to the power of 3 is gives rise to 2 to the power of 5. So here we can compare our previous one, like when I am comparing a with 2 and m with 2, n with 3. So my final result will be 2 to the power of 5. That means 2 plus 3 gives rise to 5. So this is called as first law for index, or this can be makes our problems easily. So these can be called as shortcuts for index or laws in an index. So this is first law, a power m into a power n is equals to a power m plus n. So what if I divide a power m divided by a power n? So what will I get here result? So let me take some example like 2 power 5 divided upon 2 power 3. So now let's expand here. 2 power 5, right? So 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, okay, divided upon 2 power 3, like 2 into 2 into 2. So see, we have here 5 2's and here 3 2's. So we can cancel 3 of them. So our final result will be 2 power 2. So check when we are noticing here, our power reduced to 2. Like, so when if I subtract the power in denominator from the numerator power, so I am getting the result. So this is similar, like a power m divided upon a power n is gives rise to a power m minus n. We have to keep in mind that these all shortcuts are applicable when the base are same. This is called a base, this is a power or index or an exponent. Okay, I think you have got some clarity here. Next, let me say I have 2 power 3 and wholly I have another power of 5. So consider like taking it as a. So I am having here a power 5, right? So I can make it a into a into a into a into a. But I have a as 2 power 3, right? So again 2 power 3 into 2 power 3 into 2 power 3, same and same. So next, let's check here how many 2's are getting. Here 3, another 3, another 3, 3, 3. So here repeatedly the number of terms are increasing, right? So when I'm adding these all threes with same power, so repeated addition, right? Let me take as repeat. We have the process like repeated addition is multiplication, right? So how many times I have my 3's? 5 times. So 3 into 5, you'll get 2 power 15. Or let's expand all this. 2 power 3 means 3 2's, again 3, 3, 3, 3. So total I am getting 15 2's. So like this also I am getting directly 2 power 15. So now when I am seeing this 2 power 3 to the power of 5, I am getting 2 power 3 into 5. That means my power is multiplied by itself. So similarly, when any number with the base have a power m and wholly it has another power, so it resembles a to the power of m into n. We have a small concept like a to the power of 0 is equals to 1. How we can say like a to the power of 0 equals to 1? So I have one small idea like we have the second shortcut, no, a power m divided by a power n is equals to a power m minus n, right? So take this as example. I am taking if m is equals to n, m is equals to n, and a power m divided by a power n. So here n is equals to m, right? So I am getting same m. So this will be equals to how much? A power m by a power m will be 1. But in another way, when we are comparing with our second law, so a power m divided by a power m gives rise to a power m minus m, that is a power 0. So when we notice that a power 0 as from one approach we are getting the answer, and another approach we are getting a power m by a power m equals to 1. So we can generalize as a power 0 is equals to 1. Okay, or I can do like this. Let me take a small example like 2 power 1 gives rise to 2. Next to 2 power 2 gives rise to 4. 2 power 3 gives rise to 8. 2 power 4 gives rise to 16. When we see that the increase in the power, the value is getting doubled, right? See, 2 power 1 is 2, when 2 power 2 is equals to 4. When we see 2 power 3, then it is again doubling. 4 is again doubling, so it is becoming 8. Again from 2 to the power of 3 to 2 to the power of 4, again it is doubling, so 8 to 16. In vice versa, if we see another point of view, from 2 to the power of 4 to 2 to the power of 3, my value is becoming half. So again it's becoming half to 4, and it is becoming half to 2. So when I am going still further before, so the before power will be 2 power 0, right? So how much it will be? 2 divided by 2, it is 1. So see, when we compare this one, not only 2, for any power it is becoming to the power of 0 is 1. So you can say here anything to the power of 0 will be 1. Okay, you have some doubt in negative indices, then see, when 2 to the power of minus 1 is becoming, so initially I have 1, I am making it to half, so we have 1 by 2. So let me go still further, 2 power minus 2, so we have half, again to that we have another half, so we are getting 1 to the 1 upon 4. So this is how we can solve any typical problems easily. So based upon the topic, the logarithms are just developed. Learn new things in a better way. Join with Learn with Projects.